use of somebody striving to come out of the trap of ignorance? When people can live wonderfully in their ignorance, what is the point? What is the use of knowledge? What is the use of knowing? What is the use of enlightenment? What is the use of realization? If people can live absolutely blissfully in their ignorance, what is the point? When you're ignorant, you must suffer. And I want you to know, the greatest evil right now on the planet is not evil, it's ignorance. What is the use of somebody striving to come out of the trap of ignorance? When people can live wonderfully in their ignorance, what is the point? What is the use of knowledge?
All right, Shalom, Shalom. Let me get straight into this lesson. Got a lot to get to. And that was heavy, what he said, you know what I'm saying? And I think he bugged out into Hinduism, right? But I'm just using that video to make he brought out some wisdom on that, what he said, right? So let me get into this lesson. But our people are very ignorant when it comes to the Bible, when it comes into the understanding of different things, right? The spiritual realities, etc., right? So what does this mean? Ignorance is bliss. So at the very top, it says, ignorant is bliss. If you do not know about something, you do not worry about it. So that's the mentality of most of our people that haven't been woken up to the truth, or not trying to even wake up to the truth, right? They're comfortable in the lies and the things that they've been taught, right? Especially the elders of our nation, right? The older people, right? So let's go here. Ignorance. What is ignorance? It says ignorance, lack of knowledge or lack of information. So that's what ignorance is, right? When you're not informed, and knowledge is power, right? But you have to have the correct knowledge, right? You have to seek this knowledge out. Did not the scriptures say study to show thyself approved, right? So I'm gonna get into how you take your understanding to the next level. I'm gonna show you some of my books, some of the things that I do, right, on a daily basis that'll take your understanding to the next level. So let's go here. And that's if the spirit is on you, you know what I'm saying? 1 second. Give me 1 second. All right, so these are some of my personal books. I'm gonna go through a few of my books so you can understand, right, what's going on in these books that you need to purchase. You know what I'm saying? It would be wise to do this. So in the middle is my Bible that I pretty much use every day. This is my King James Version Bible, right? So let me go show you something real quick. So this is the Bible right here, and you have something called precepts, or some people refer to them as cross-reference scriptures. So let me show you what I mean. Right, so once you read the Bible from front to back, right, you have the precept to get the truth out of it, right? So at the very top, let me see if I could zoom in. So at the very top, when it says IS towards the right, IS, and it has 8 and 7, that means Isaiah 8 and 7. And then you have JER 47:2. So that's Jeremiah 47:2. All right, these are known as precepts. And what these do is give you clarity, right? More clarity what a subject is talking about, right? And you can see them throughout this Bible. In this particular Bible, right? That's why this is my favorite Bible, because it has the precepts in it. Right to the left of it, I advise you to buy this. This is the 1611 to the far left, 1611 King James Bible. And the reason why I like this Bible, because it proves that the Apocrypha was originally a part of the Bible, and also it has the Apocrypha in here with the precepts in it already. The precepts that go back into the old so-called New Testament, the Old Testament and the so-called New Testament, right? Right here, Salakia. To the far right, this is my the New Oxford Anointed Bible with the Apocrypha, right? And this is the New Revised Standard Version. The English in this Bible is a lot cleaner, right? And it has the Apocrypha in it as well, all right? So at the very top is the Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary. This is an amazing resource, right, to go into different words, go into the customs. There's a lot of vast amount of information in this dictionary. I advise you to get that as well. And at the very top is my red hard copy Apocrypha, right? So I advise you to get that as well. All right, it's just some of my few books that complement the scriptures, right? And this one, I'm not gonna get into all my books. I'm just gonna get into a few. Right here, the black and white book is called Ancient Egypt, and it goes into and show the artifacts, the archaeology that they pulled out of ancient Egypt that prove how the Israelites look, how the so-called Egyptians look, and so on and so forth. The book in the middle at the very top, Nature Knows No Color Line, that's a heavy book. I advise you brothers and you sisters to purchase this book, right? It has a vast amount of information in there as well. All right, the red book is the Negro Question, Part 4, the missing link. So this is showing that the original so-called Scots and so-called Irish, so-called British were so-called black people, right? King James was the so-called black man. That's him right here on the front of this cover in the middle. That's King James. Got his mother in there. It's vast, right? To the far right, at the very top, the brown book is called Ancient Empires, right? And this one right here is called the Golden Bible Atlas, right? So let me see if I went through everything. And then I have some, this blue book at the very top. I think this was published in 1963, right? The older the dictionary is, the more pure the definitions are. So this is called the Dictionary of Religious Terms, right? And it's another Bible right here to the right. Like I said, I can't get to everything. I'm gonna get into some other resources that I use, right? Right here is online etymology dictionary. So I use this to go into the root of words, the origin of words. When you go into this word etymology, it means the truth of words, right? So that's how you get the truth, what a word actually means. And this is something that the Christians don't do, all right? Pretty much anybody outside of a scholarly, understanding wouldn't do these things, right? People was not taught how to properly study, how to actually find these resources and be able to, all right, navigate through, get the understanding out of the scriptures. So this is another resource called the Blue Letter Bible. You have, some of you brothers and sisters very familiar with this. If you're not, you're new to it, and kind of give you a rundown on it. So you go to different scriptures and you need to look the words up. So you need to know a little Hebrew, Greek, and Latin, right? And you need to start build yourself up so you can understand what words mean, right? So I use this. Just go to a random scripture, Joshua 1:1, right? And I'm gonna show you how powerful it is. So every word in the Bible has a Strong's. What that means, it has a definition and the meaning to the word. So let's go. All right, so Salaki, I want to show you this before I go forward. So when you click on the paragraph part, it's going to bring this up to the right hand side. All right, yours might be formatted differently, but I'm just showing you what's on mine. It says interlinear, right? I'm going to show you what that means. It says right here at the top, translation comparison. So some of us brothers will go to the New Living Translation. We'll go to different versions so we can make it more clear to what it's saying, because the people might not understand. All right, under that is a cross reference. That's known as precepts. So you're cross referencing another scripture. You got text commentaries. So that's another thing that we do through the Spirit, is go through Bible commentaries. That's a whole nother vast amount of understanding, and you have to be built up to be able to handle that. That's more some stronger meat, right? But because some of these Bible commentaries be right on the money, some of them be way off base. But you can use that as well to grow your understanding. But you got to be very careful with that. You have to have some kind of understanding dealing with those commentaries, those Bible commentaries. All right, it says dictionaries, right? So all this stuff is going to help you advance your understanding, right? So let's go show you how this works, right? And like I said, it's something that your Christians don't do. They don't study, right? And you go to this word Lord, of the Lord, it means, actually you can see the Most High name, and you can see that his name is not God, right? So by you looking up words, it clears up a lot of confusion as well. All right, you can see right here what this word means, the existing one. So that's what Yahweh means. He exists, the existing one. it says the proper name of the one true God. So God is just a title, it's not the Most High name, right? You have the Browns and Driver Briggs lexicon. We get all into that as well, so you can know how this word is being applied. It's vast. It goes on and on. It's a lot, and it can be overwhelming at times if you're just waking up. So you just gotta just take it easy, and don't overwhelm yourself. So let's go back here. Right. So I was trying to compact everything so I get through this stuff pretty quick. Give me 1 second. All right, Lord willing, I can get through everything. So let's go to the next resource. This right here, I use this sometimes. It's called the King James Bible Dictionary. You can look up different words to get more context, to get more clarity, to get more elaboration on a particular word, subject, so on and so forth. Right. Another thing, and then you got prophecies in the Bible that has, past, present, and future prophecies. That's a whole nother vast realm. All right. So another thing would be getting into maps, the study of maps. You got maps from different time frames, and you have to know how they apply, right? And you have to, right, when you read certain thing in the Bible, you have to be able to visualize it. So the best way you can do this is look up maps so you can know what was going on, where they was at, a lot of different moving parts, right? So this will be map of Israel, right, then and now. So you got to know how migration works, how people move from one destination to another. It's a lot, right? So you got different maps for different time frames. You got maps in the 1500s, you got maps to the 1300s, you got maps to the 500 AD, you got maps from 333 BC, so on and so forth. That's just a whole nother lot of information dealing with the maps. Let me show you something. Right, so you got map of the Exodus from Egypt, knowing where these places at as you read them, right? So maps is a whole different study. You got recent maps, you got maps that's showing that the kingdom of Judah was in West Africa. It goes on and on. So let's keep moving. All right, so this is knowing timelines. So different timelines you need to know about, right? And all right, you had the Babylonian Empire, you had the Persians and the Medes, you had the Greeks with Alexander the Great, you had the Roman Empire. Knowing how these intertwine, knowing what time frame they was is very important as well. Let's keep it moving. Biblical museums. So brothers patronize museums. I've been to some. You go get the knowledge, go take pictures, do video. This increase your understanding. So let's keep it moving. I also have Kindle. They have something called Kindle Unlimited. Let me give you some of my books that I recommend. Right. So you got a book that's called Jews and Moors in Spain. You have a book, The Negro Rulers of Scotland and the British Isles. This book, How White Folks Got So Rich. You got the Roman Edomite Empire, the American Daughter of Babylon. It goes on and on. So get that as well. Add, you can add books to your arsenal as you keep going, right? I think the Spirit gonna have me to go into more of these books that's on my Kindle. Maybe I can do another lesson going into that, so you can have, I'm gonna recommend books that you read. Another thing that I do, I use Google to go break down the root of words as well. So I got this word Gentile. I go to translations and definitions. All right, and you can see the origin of where the word goes back into. Right, that's how you get the truth of words. So we know this word Gentile is a stumbling block. We know this word Gentile could be applied to Israelites and it could be applied to heathens. So you have to have the context. But how you was taught is the word Gentile is always talking about the other nations. That's a lie, right? That word Gentile right here, the origin goes back to Latin. It means to beget, right? It means family race. It says of a family or nation or the same clan. It says in late Middle English from Latin gentilis, of a family or nation of the same clan. So it can be applied to Israelites. It can be applied to the heathens, right? And there's some other stuff I forgot. I couldn't get to everything, but I think you got an idea. You got a foundation, and put these things into action so you can grow your understanding. Hopefully this lesson was edifying. Call Hala Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashem, Rachak Kodash. Shalom.